Welcome to Scorched Earth and a general reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon or Ascendant for the month of February. I hope you're well. I'd like to say thank you for waiting for me. I know I was away a little longer than I said I would be, but I was actually pretty exhausted and I didn't realise how exhausted I was until I stopped. But then lots of other things in my life all required attention at the same time, and before I knew it I'd lost a month, so thank you, I appreciate you doing that. So, what do I have to tell you? There will be an extended at the end of this reading if what you hear resonates with you and you'd like to hear a little bit more. There's a link down in the description box and you can follow me over to Vimeo there. I've also done a 6-month overview for all of the signs from January 2021 through to June, so if you're interested in that, the link in the description box is also down in the description box. What? It's been a long day already. Right, we're using the Crow Tarot for you. Excuse me. Let's get 3 cards, please, for Capricorn. Thank you. Oh, do you know what? This came up in the meditation before I started even recording. I felt a really strong 10 of Wands. I wouldn't be surprised if we got the 8 of Cups and 8 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles turn up somewhere as well. Really, really strong sense of the 10 of Wands about you at the moment. The 10 of Wands is a card of burden. It's a card of things being really hard at the moment in, one way or another. 2 more cards for Capricorn, please. We have the High Priestess. Interesting. That's Pisces energy in the Major Arcana. And we have the Page of Wands. Well, this is wonderful because this does mean that the end is in sight here for you. Now, the way that the tarot is structured, you have the pips, which are sort of like the ace to the tens, and then you have the court hierarchy on top. And you can, in fact, lay them out all in a line from the ace through to the king there. But actually, this is all a cycle in and of itself. And then, the court cards are something entirely separate. But before we go any further, right, I just want to let you know that it is going to get easier because we have gone from the 10 here, and we should strictly go back to the ace, but actually we can go to the page, right? It is the possibility of things getting better for sure. So, what do we have at the bottom of the deck here? We have the 4 of Cups. And I would imagine you're feeling pretty put upon you at the moment, in one way or another. 4 of Cups is quite difficult energy. It's it can sometimes talk about rejection or rejecting. Certainly, it seems like you're having to sideline your emotions on something at the moment. I'll go with this deck to clarify, but we'll get some more. We'll get some more cards, and we'll see exactly what the state of play is here. So, why is the 10 of Wands here for? Come on, please. We have the 8 of Wands. And the 7 of Cups with the 7 of Wands too. Okay, interesting. Double 7. Why is the High Priestess here, please? We have the Knight of Swords. And we have the Chariot. Interesting. And why is the Page of Wands here, please? We have the Page of Swords and we have the King of Pentacles. So, like I said, don't worry. It's all going to come out in the wash, Capricorn. It's all good. Ooh-wee. So we have the 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. That is all about your personal fulfillment. And with the 9 of Cups, it is high. We also have the Death card directly under that, which speaks about transformation. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles down here. That talks about the restoration of balance, right? Achieving equilibrium again. So... your recent past has been somewhat of a tricky place, Capricorn, it seems. We've absolutely got a sense of being put upon here with the 10 of Wands. But we've also got the 8 of Wands, and we've got the 7 of Cups in reverse, and we've got the 7 of Wands. And it seems to me like it's almost like you knew what you signed up for with this, whatever it refers to. It could well be work, and certainly I got a work vibe off it in the meditation when the feeling of that card came up. But with the 8 of Wands coming in to land, it's like Maybe you're working on something that is, you know, maybe it's about to launch, right? And it's all the kind of scrabble beforehand to get everything ready. With the Seven of Cups in reverse, like this way around, it talks about having, you know, lots of choices, sometimes being in the dark about things, right? Can also talk about illusion. So this way around, it could be talking about reality and you actually absolutely seeing something for what it is and just trying to keep yourself afloat at this point, right? It's like things are hard and they're hard for a reason. You know exactly why it is, and it's working to a bigger goal, to a higher goal, perhaps. Anything else here? Anything else for Capricorn here, please? Thank you. Oof. King of Wands. Yeah, I mean, we've got the Five of Wands. It came out this way around, right? So this way around, it talks about conflict. This way around, it would talk about an end to conflict. Perhaps not yet peace, but this is a transitional position somewhere between the two. So, but this actually feels more like your emotional response to what is going on, because we have got this Page of Cups here, right? You know why it's happening, you don't like it, but it's kind of like you're committed to it and you want to see it through to its end, right? It's the Capricornian work ethic right there. If it's not work, then, you know, take it as it resonates to you. It may apply to some other aspect of your life here. I'm kind of talking broad terms. We do have the King of Wands here, and he is the doer, right? Of all the kings, he's the kind of the active one. He's doing a lot of things. So we've got the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So you know that there is a point to what it is that you are doing. Nevertheless, it doesn't make it any more of a strain on your emotional well-being at the moment. Or at least recently it's been strained, because then we move here into your current energy, and that is the High Priestess, which is altogether a gentler energy than we see here. Now, like I said, it's the card of Pisces, and I actually like this one because in the Crow Tarot, like the Magician, the High Priestess is depicted with all of the elements, right? The Magician is given to have dominion over all of the elements, and he combines them with his will in order to manifest that which he wants to see in the 3D. The High Priestess, though, is all about the inner world, and this talks about having all of the tools to manifest what it is that you want to see inside of yourself, which is quite interesting because for most of 2020, and indeed this came up in the 2021 readings for you, there is a sense of wanting to change who you are inside. Not necessarily change who you are inside, but to certainly get to know yourself in a way that you haven't before, right? Things of an emotional nature have an increasing priority to you where they have not before in the past. So there's some active work, and maybe it is that things got a little bit hard there for a little while and you found yourself kind of sliding back into old patterns. Perhaps the people around you kind of suffering because you're very intent on what it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you've been working on. And now there's a desire to rectify the situation in some way. We have the Knight of Swords down here, and he's all about communication, transmitting information to somebody else, but with great purpose and determination, which is also then further entrenched by the Chariot card that we've got here. Talks about balance, but talks about also determination, right? Talks about a lot of things, actually. Talks about willpower. And tell me about the High Priestess. Whoa, fuck. Yeah. We've got the Hermit card and the Ten of Cups here, right? It's quite clear that actually you want to engage with the world on a far more emotionally mature level than sometimes you feel able to, because other things get in the way, right? But you're in the process of training yourself out of it, and that's the important thing to remember. We've got the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck here, right? This is a process. You are undoing years and years of behavior in one way, right? It takes time to undo this, and so it feels like maybe you kind of wobbled a little bit here and you said kind of fell back into old ways. But the Hermit card here, going within and remembering that not only your personal happiness, which we see down here, but also that of the people around you is just as important, right? But yeah, we've got the Four of Cups and the Chariot come out to clarify the Chariot. Perhaps you're aware that you've been rejecting people because you're distracted, right? And it's not intentional. It's not quite how you've wanted to go, but it's almost like sometimes you can only focus on one thing at a time. And we'll go with work because, you know, Capricorns love their work, and it seems to be the only other big thing in their life other than, you know, the very, very close family and relationships that they actually make time for. Well, no, we should probably shuffle that the other way around. So work has been the be-all and end-all for Capricorns for a very long time, and occasionally they make space for some sort of, you know, family relationship stuff. But there is an intent to change. We've been seeing that right the way through 2020, right? And again, right the way through 2021 as well. There will be setbacks. There will be times where you cock up, and I think this possibly might be one of them here. But the intent is good, you know. Tell me about the High Priestess, please. Seven of Wands, but it's in reverse. We've got the World in the reverse. Oh, Cappy. Has your intuition kicked in a little bit here? So the Seven of Wands is quite a guarded energy, right? When it's in the reverse, it's dropping that. But we've also got it here with the World card, right? And that's endings, ends of cycles for sure. I think what you've intuited is if you don't sort out your behaviour pretty soon and drop this guarded energy, or rather in your case, really hyper-focused energy on something else, that you are actually running the risk of things ending, things coming to completion in a way that you don't want, right? So what's coming towards you are two pages, right? We've got the Page of Wands and the Page of Swords. Note that neither of them are your page. We've had the Page of Cups over here, we've had the Page of Swords, and we've had the Page of Wands. And we also have the King of Pentacles here. It's strictly Taurus energy, but you know, it's masculine earth energy. And the pages talk about starting at the beginning with something, right? The Page of Wands is a desire to live differently, is a desire to experience new things, right? It's all about the new. With the Page of Swords, though, it's about thinking differently too. Sometimes it's seeing the world in a different way, or processing the world in a different way, certainly. Sometimes it can be about gathering information, but the interesting thing about this Page of Swords is that his position there, as it sits on my table, he's looking at this clusterfuck of cards that I've got in the middle here. Oh, shit. And it's kind of looking back at it like, I want to go this way, and I'm looking at this and I'm trying to work out what is the best way to fix this situation. The thing is, with both of those pages being there, this is a good sign, right? We've got the Page of Cups over here, we've got Page of Sword, Page of Wands. We don't need the Page of Pentacles because you know exactly how to affect, you know, things when it comes to material, right? Your security and your stability is absolutely your prime focus at all times, right? So you've always got that side of things kind of handled. What has been missing from your approach is that ability to temper it with emotion here, and compassion and understanding of other people's emotions, and I mean specifically those people that you share your life with. With the Page of Wands, it's about having some fun, right? Remembering to have fun in the middle of all the other things that you're doing. And the Page of Swords is about actually engaging your mind on something that isn't this, whatever it is that this is for you. Now, what I like about this is with that King of Pentacles there, who is the provider, right? He is somebody who shows up, he takes his duties very, very seriously. And quite often he shows his love through what he provides, right? So it may be that you have found that you have felt that you have provided. There's your love language to, you know, whoever your partner is. And your partner's going, I just want you to have a conversation with me where you're not thinking about work. Like just once, that would be nice. Could you do that? And you're like, oh my God, right? This is the thing. What it's saying is that you are exploring the possibility of utilizing other elements in order to improve your arsenal, as it were, right? Put this on a war footing, but you know, in terms of how you deal with the world and how it is that you can provide, there are other ways in which provision can show its face, right? It's not all about the material stuff. Well, you know that, right? You've been working on this for a little while now. But it kind of feels like it's sort of getting a little bit to crunch time with you, Capricorn. Tell me about the Page of Swords. Thank you. Yeah, the Sun. Page of Swords. What's that? We've got the Two of Cups there. What was the other card that flipped there? High Priestess. Yeah. What it is that you need to change the way that you think about, or at least expand the way that you think, is the Sun here. It is about how you play. It is about how you experience joy, and if you even do experience joy in any kind of way. It could indicate your children, because we absolutely see the Sun as indicating children here. But we also have those important relationships around you. Not necessarily romantic, but absolutely could be. They could be with work colleagues, they could be friends, you know. What's your friendship group like? Do you have a large friendship group? If you don't, why don't you? And it's probably because you haven't really thought about it that much. We have this High Priestess here again, right? That's your inner space. That's your stillness. That's your connection in all ways to all things, right? That's why you're looking at this at the moment going, oh shit, I need to unravel this and I need to do it fast, right? Because all of these things are at play here. And once you manage to master all of those things, then you show up in the world in a much improved way, right? You're providing things that go beyond that which you immediately understand. That is growth for you there. Let's have another look at that. I noticed that we've got the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It's about creativity and passion and all these sorts of things. But it is also about the will to live. It is about how you live, right? We've got the Ace of Swords underneath that as well. Interestingly, we've got a Page of Wands and a Page of Swords, and we have an Ace of Wands and an Ace of Swords. And look, there's the Death card under that. There is a knowledge that things have to change, but an intellectual appreciation of change being necessary is not the same as effecting change, Capricorn, and that seems to be what it is that you need to pay attention to. It's about actually acting differently. Tell me about the King of Pentacles. Well, there you go. There's the Magician. And this is absolutely within your capacity to do this. Tell me about the King of Pentacles. Fuck. Yeah, I mean, got the Nine of Wands there. That's the boundaries card. And we've got Death. Now, it's not something that Capricorns really need to be taught about, is boundaries, because actually you do them really rather well. They're a bit like Sagittarius in that respect, right? Boundaries come naturally to you, but consider the extent to which your boundaries actually keep people right away from you. Maybe they're not boundaries, maybe they're walls, Cappy, right? I kind of feel like I'm preaching to the choir in some respects here, because I do think that you understand all of this, but understanding it without changing your behavior, it isn't really any good to anyone. So I'm going to leave it here. If this has resonated with you at all, come join me over at Vimeo, and we'll pull this apart a little bit, and we'll look at what's going on, and get you some advice and things like that. Because I see the will is there. I really do see the will is there. And I also know that actually the capacity is there, but for some reason you're having trouble just doing it, and I'm not sure why that is, but we'll look into it. Okay, so know that I love you all very, very much, and I will see you soon.